What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTop.nl. My name is Max, and today we are driving something very, very special. It is an ALPINA. This time we've got the older version based on the E61 5 Series. So this is the ALPINA B5S Touring from 2008, and it is a very special car. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video, and follow us on Instagram at AutoTop.nl. Alright, today we are going to walk around it. I'll show you everything on this car, show you and tell you why it's so special. Then we'll take it for a drive along this beautiful road. Unfortunately, we will not be able to take it to the Autobahn today for insurance reasons. So I have to say that this particular E61 in this spec platin grey, I mean, it looks really good. It has really stood the test of time. Of course, we have an ALPINA front bumper, as you can see, with a little front lip and an ALPINA badge or logo in there. We borrowed it at Driving Passion, which is a new company focusing on special cars with very low mileage. So go check them out. Link is in the description of this car as well. Go check it out because it is incredible if you're interested. It's for sale over there. As I said, they specialize in low mileage special cars. This car from 2008, this B5S, has done 32,650 kilometers. 32,000! I mean, there are only 59 of these in the world ever made. And I mean, this is probably the lowest mileage one. It is in perfect condition. It has all the history. It's really, really special, this car. Of course, we've got the 19-inch ALPINA wheels, and it also has the original Michelin Pilot Sport tires. So these are the original tires that came on this car 11 years ago, and they are in very good shape. What a special thing. We've also got an ALPINA key, of course, key fob, and nice key ring. So we'll do the interior later on, but for now I'll show you the engine first. So there it is. So this is a 4.4 liter V8 from the 545i and the 550i back in the day, and stock it delivered 333 horsepower. So when the B5 came out, it had 500 horsepower and 700 newton meters, and this B5S has 530 horsepower and 725 newton meters of torque, which is crazy. And as you can see, this is how they've done it. It is supercharged. So you've got a 4.4 liter V8 supercharged. This is a supercharger by ASA. You can see it right there, ASA or ASA, ALPINA. And ALPINA called this a turbessor back in the day because it is a supercharger, but it sort of has some traits of a turbocharger, and it works at something like over 100,000 RPM, so it spins really quickly. We've got ALPINA tubing as well, and an ALPINA badge right here, so with the serial number or the chassis number. And it was imported by Jean-Michel Martin, made in Germany, but this, I think this actually went to Belgium. So this is a Belgian car, so it's a European car, and then it came to Holland recently, or maybe, yeah, recently, because this is a one-owner car. So it only had one owner, a Belgian guy, and Driving Passion have imported it to the Netherlands now. So we've also got an ALPINA rear spoiler. And as you can see, there's a little sticker right there, ALPINA heck spoiler. That means rear spoiler. This is not automatic. Oh man, I love this car. I also love the fact that it has like just two exhaust pipes on one side. It's so understated. It's such a gentleman's car. So in here we've got a lot of ALPINA stuff. We've got this in the door sill, of course, ALPINA, and we have a beautiful interior. Sort of a beige interior, which is part BMW individual and part ALPINA. So let's get in. And we've got these ALPINA floor mats, as you can see, with a nice piping in the same color. We've got very nice leather with this myrrh wood, which is also ALPINA, with a little logo in there, which is also really nice. And this is also ALPINA, this sort of diamond pattern in the door. We've got this Lavalina ALPINA steering wheel with little shift buttons on the back of the steering wheel. I'll start it up so you guys can hear it, and I can change the steering wheel a little bit. Alright, so ALPINA badge and the blue, very recognizable ALPINA dials with a speedometer that goes up to 330 kilometers an hour, because this car will do 313 kilometers an hour. 317 if you go for the limousine, 313 if you go for the touring version, which is pretty freaking insane. It also has some ALPINA badges on the seats. I mean, this car looks like it was built yesterday, like literally. It looks completely new. Everything does. Everything feels new. It is in such a good condition. So the B5S also has a ZF 6-speed gearbox. There are some changes compared to the B5. As I said, it has more power than the B5 did, but it also had a new reworked version of the ZF 6-speed, so the shift times were down by 50%. They also work together with a company called Sachs Race Engineering to recalibrate the EDC, so the dynamic dampers. So the difference between sport and comfort is a lot bigger in this car than it was in the B5. So they really tried to make this car handle even better than the B5, and they have made quite a few changes to adjust the feeling and the handling of the car. It also has this little plaque up here with BMW ALPINA B5S Touring number 144. That actually means that this is number 24 of 59 B5S Touring ALPINAs built. So only 59, and this is probably the lowest mileage one. Okay, so let's take it for a drive. Because I haven't driven it, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this car drives and handles. Alrighty, we've even got one of the first head-up displays. I don't know if you guys can see it, maybe if I do it like that. I don't know. Oh, it's very indirect. But as you know, or you don't know maybe, ALPINA is really sort of the gentleman's M5. It's more focused on comfort and on covering a lot of distance at high speed in comfort than, you know, sporty driving and track driving or stuff like that. So if you drive it regularly, if you're just, you know, a normal person with your throttle and steering inputs, this car drives just like, you know, a regular 5 Series with a V8 would. It's really nice, it's quiet, it's comfortable. So one of the things they wanted to do with this car, as I said, with that new dynamic damper setup, is that they wanted that difference between comfort and sports modes to be bigger than before, and that sort of really fits in the ALPINA philosophy, you know, that you can drive it in a very relaxed fashion, and it's still ridiculously quick, but it's also very, very comfortable. And the fact that they changed the dynamic dampers to be more sporty and more comfortable really underlines that. Okay, so this is, you know, very nice to drive, very comfortable, but we're just going to go for sport mode and the gearbox sport as well. So if we give it a little throttle, ooh, it is very, very fast, this car. Holy moly! It has sort of this very urgent power delivery. It's like suddenly, you know, at the lower end of the rev range there's hardly any torque or power, to be honest. But once you get to like 4, I mean, it goes. Okay, let's do it from a standstill. A little bit of wheel spin. Oh, and it's very civilized. The power delivery is really civilized. Oh, it's a shame we can't take this to the Autobahn, because you can really feel that once you get to like 80, 90, 100 kilometers an hour, it starts feeling better and better. And it sort of feels like that's what it wants to do. I mean, that's what this car was built for, to haul ass on the Autobahn. And, you know, with that top speed of 313 kilometers an hour, you can still embarrass a lot of modern sports cars and sports saloons, because they are all limited at 250 or 280 kilometers an hour these days. And this one isn't. So how about that? How about passing, you know, a new M5 or something like that with 313 kilometers an hour, or an M3 which is limited to 250 or 280. I mean, this is way faster at the top speed. Oh man, Jesus, it's really from 4 all the way to the red line. This is so fast. It is so freaking fast. And it's incredible how this car feels. I mean, it looks like it's new, but it also feels like that. It drives really well, and it's sort of, the cool factor of this car is very high. And I don't know if you can buy anything that comes close to this for this price. You know, looking at the performance and the coolness of it. So this car is for sale at Driving Passion, as I said. So if you're interested, please check it out, because it is worth having a look at it if you think you might be interested, because it's insane. It sort of makes me want one. And that's, I know this is a champagne problem, but the problem with our job is that you come across so many cars that you immediately want, and you sort of, you know, you can't buy them all, so that's sort of hard. I know it's a champagne problem. I mean, and it's a good problem to have, driving all these cars that you want, but it's also very cool to see how many options this car already has that are sort of normal now, but you know, were very luxurious back in the day, like the head-up display, like these seats that are adjustable in like 100 different ways, with electric headrest adjustability and this extendable headrest. Yeah, this car is, you know, apart from the fact that it's an ALPINA, it's very well equipped. So 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in this touring version should be 4.7, but it does struggle for grip. So I think, you know, that's not really what this car is about, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour runs. It's more about 100 to 200, 200 to 300 runs on the Autobahn. Again, it's a shame we can't take it there today. But if you go for the saloon, the limousine, it will do 4.6 and 317 kilometers an hour. And the touring 4.7 and 313. But it's really special to drive one of these cars, and especially in this state, in this ridiculous condition. I mean, I've never driven a car that's so old that feels so new. Man, I want one. How cool if this is your family car? I mean, you guys know that we really sort of have a weak spot for fast estate cars, fast station wagons, but this is something really special. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we are going to look for some more ALPINA cars, because they are really something else, and they are very special. Truly incredible. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this POV review. You can also check out this playlist of POV reviews, and you can follow us on social media. Just search for Autobahn. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.